everybody, it's Bean and Bagel. My husband and I are a married couple from the Midwest. He's from Michigan and I'm from Minnesota. And together we post mostly food related videos on our channel. And if you'd like to subscribe, we'd love to have you. And today we are going to be talking about maple Spam. So this is a new flavor that Spam came out with. And Spam is actually from Austin, Minnesota. It's produced there by Hormel Foods. And Spam was first created in 1937, and the name is a mashup of the words spice and ham. They put it together to make Spam. This is something, it's from my home state, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm a little bit concerned about it, but, I'm willing to do it for the channel, so I'm gonna try it.
Speaking of things from your home state that you're not a fan of, me being from Michigan, like she said, and specifically Flint, Michigan, Ford is not something that I'm a big fan of. Not necessarily because I dislike Ford, but you're raised in Flint to like Chevrolet over Ford. Ford is more of a Detroit thing, and Ford also built a terrible football team. Like, they have sucked for many, many decades. And hopefully they're getting better, but you never know. But speaking of Flint, my grandma, who inspired this video because she would serve me Spam when I was a child, she lived in Flint. She recently passed away, and when I heard that, Spam came out with a new flavor, I was like, we gotta do this video because I remember my grandma. And, she died in 2020 during COVID, and she didn't get, the greatest of ceremonies because COVID was going on and not a lot of people were able to show up and whatnot, which was kind of a bummer. But, she was the type of grandma that at some point later in her life, I believe, she became a Christian. And, she wouldn't have been upset about the funeral, or she wasn't worried about living in Flint, which is, historically known for good and bad things, and it can be known as dangerous. But being a Christian, she was always like, Jesus has got my back. I can live in Flint. No big deal. And she was the type that would always tell you the word Jesus probably 5 or 10 times in a conversation. At some point, Jesus was the solution. And but it was funny because she did it to try to help you, but she also tried to steer you right in other directions too. She wasn't the type of grandma that would give you a bunch of candy or baked goods like many grandparents do, where they spoil their grandkids and then they ship you back home, She would give me spinach and grape nuts and Spam, even though that's not healthy, but it was one of those kind of memories. So I just wanted to kind of give her a shout out, and we miss you, Grandma.
So my thoughts on it, on our channel we do try it or walk by it as our review system. For me, it's going to be a walk by it. However, it's a little bit better than I was expecting. I think the maple flavor really helps it a lot. It has a good salty sweet combo, which I was expecting it to have, but for me, the issue lies more in the texture. We did pan fry it, so it crisped up really nice on the outside, and I like that. Kind of has a breakfast sausage vibe, but the inside of it is more what I have an issue with because it's just very squishy and a little mushy, and I just don't love that texture, especially when it's meat. It's a little bit iffy for me, but overall, I think it's a walk by it for me.
To me, I think if you plan on eating it by itself, I would say walk by it. If you plan on mixing it with hash browns and eggs or breakfast potatoes or something like that, I would say try it. Because I think that it definitely gives you that breakfast kind of vibe. When you're cooking it, it smells good. It smells like ham steak almost. And then you get that maple, like she said. The negative, I guess, or one negative could be, it reminds me of cat food. I mean, the can that it comes in, the block that it looks like, the moistness of the block, getting it out of the can is you know, it makes that noise when you're kind of getting it out. So that's kind of a turn off. And texture wise, it's like solid but like moist, like cat food is. And I don't know, I assume that that's what cat food would be like if I were putting it in my mouth, texture wise, and if I were to fry it up. But I've never done that, and I don't plan to. But and it's got like, you know, it's kind of like that vibe of, I can do this to get by if I'm hungry, but I don't really crave it. Almost like some sandwich meats are like that. You know, like you could go to the deli and you could get like really good quality meat. Or you could go to the meat section and get the slimy, nasty, like lunch meat that comes in the bag that's like, I don't know, 50 cents or whatever. Those aren't that good, but you don't hate them. You'd still eat them. So that's the vibe I get from Spam Maple. But that's our video for today, and I hope you guys have a great day, great week, and hope to see you in the future. See ya.
Bye! Hey everybody, it's Bean and Bagel. My husband and I are a married couple from the Midwest. I feel like I said Midwest or something.
Midwest.
Midwest?
It's like I can roll my tongue, but I can't.
He's from Michigan and I'm from Minnesota, and together we
Let's go.
You want this to keep rolling? How am I supposed to do my intro? It's like I'm like trying to get my game face on,
like we have...
and you're like. I just want to laugh now when I look at you.
Most people do.
And we would love to have you if you love to subscribe.
Subscribe to the channel.
Okay.
Please hit the button.
Hey everybody, it's Bean and Bagel. My husband and I can't do it.
Husband and I, we make videos. All of a sudden they're like, biker party, there's a camera on.
Biker party, biker party.
It's like they're mosquitoes or something. Like when the cameras start rolling, all the bikers flock.
Like.
Exactly.